defense are going to be able to set the bar for it.
I can't wait for it. I honestly cannot wait for this. I can't imagine a better way to find out who will be waiting in that grand final. The first team to make it through here in Europe. Will it be G2 or would it be the surprise element of Heretics making it all the way through? 10 seconds and we kick this off. Looking out for the Sheriff to come out to play. And if any of you do know pyth from Counter-Strike, you know he was a bit of a Deagle master. So you wouldn't be even surprised to see that in his hands. It doesn't seem like that's the case right now, but I do see Reyna, I do see a Frenzy, and I do see a lot of players going right towards him. Instantly dead. ardiis, get out of his house.
pAura responds back though, going to be able to peel away onto site, but got to be careful. Oh, the nade comes out, and actually pAura able to peek onto it, not able to get that kill though. Boombot hopefully going to convert that, but all members of G2 pretty tagged up. Davidp on the stage, the only one that's been able to heal from all of that chip damage early on.
And they've been held at the gate.
Yeah.
Everything they wanted, the initial pick, a little bit of surprise, gone. It's done. A 1-for-1 trade, taking into account the HP differential, is actually pretty rough for G2 now. Mixwell, paTiTek, and pyth, all lower than they'd like, and they have no map control elsewhere. Yeah,
10 seconds now. They're probably going to reset, try and maybe get paTiTek back up to a decent HP level. You can see pyth's already drifted all the way back through the attacker's spawn. Other three members of G2 now following suit. 45 seconds left on the clock. There you go. Heal goes over to paTiTek. That's two members going to be looking a bit healthier coming into this push. AvovA has made his way all the way over onto B site now with pAura floating down towards stairs. I'm worried actually if he's going to continue this rotation through the defensive spawn.
It looks like he is as well. Yeah, he's heading a little bit round towards that A defensive side, so this is all going to come down to one man. AvovA needs to hold back the flood. Oh, and that's how you do it. Build a dam. No one's going through. Heretics holding this down so well. 10 seconds now. Reinforcements on the way, and he needs help. Overwhelmed by Davidp. paTiTek getting the plant in. It's going to be two of them to hold. Make it just one. paTiTek isolates one, quickly trying to TP away, find a new angle, find some safety, because now two players looking forward. paTiTek isolates one. Oh, he gets outdone by nukkye. And Heretics, pat on the back for AvovA there. Outstanding play.
And I love that decision as well. AvovA, so I mean, it's 2 kills with 1 bullet. Opts not to give up that space and hold down next to Pillar just to buy as much time. pAura, unfortunately, going to drop down and obviously secure a kill before he is removed. But wow, Heretics, fantastic hold here in the pistol round.
paTiTek gave it a damn good go, but nukkye very aware, keeping cool, and for the confidence for Heretics, this is key. That first stamp on the board, that first pistol round, yes, of course, we know the economy, the knock-on effect, it gets you the better purchase, but look at the purchase back.
Yep, G2 reinvesting straight back into this one again. A couple of kills on the board, and the spike going down means we're going to have an SMG brawl. Limited utility looking at it, but Heretics now going to take a slower approach. G2 drifting 3 all the way up mid. Just Davidp and pyth now trailing through sewers. Close. That trap wire going to give the information over. And this is where we saw nieSoW be so effective the other day on split in this position on ropes.
Now they're playing blind to middle here. They do have a couple of, bits of utility set up to kind of raise the alarm if anything does come through. Mixwell making a fair crack of noise here, so that should alert the Reyna on the other side, of course, that being nieSoW. So now they're aware that mid has definitely been garnered. Looking towards Sage on the other side now. loWel's going to be the one watching this, but Mixwell trying to make a bit of a mad dash through. Going to isolate AvovA. Good nade. Very good nade. Going to come through. Keeps him away. And this side should be theirs. Now, if you're Heretics, you should instantly go to a retake position on this. Just play the retake. You don't need the early fights. But loWel's tempted. You could see it. He was considering, do I go on this? No. They played patiently, and now they have to find their way back into this site.
Yep, and there you go. I was about to say 4v5, but pAura falling there. G2 have a stranglehold on B side. Now the paranoia comes through. Mixwell converts on that one. So just 2 members up for Heretics now. Couple of players on G2 tagged up. Mixwell swings wide. nukkye going to find that one. Dark cover comes down though, and actually, it looked like a little bit of damage would come between that when the phone line comes through. It's perfect. Going to slow this retake down.
Where is nieSoW in this? I really want to see that perspective if he gets anything done. Already blistering through the side. nukkye knows there's players by the pillar, but it is nieSoW to get the frag, and now looks for another and gets another. Hold on. It's going to be nukkye to offer up the body, and he even gets the frag. That was an invested round from G2, remember. This is not your normal second round. That was everything thrown in on that.
Yeah, and again, nieSoW just coming up huge again. the time invested in that flank, again, the slow push, and, you know, hats off to nukkye as well. Not giving too much away from that defense. It's when the fault line comes through, he can sit in the dark cover for the time being, and ultimately it keeps the members of G2 on the site guessing.
I've got to say it, very impressive work coming out from Heretics here. Such resilience being shown, and we the desk highlighted nieSoW does need to be big on this Reyna. It's a very characterized pick, and we've just seen it come through here.
The two integral components for Heretics on split last time was loWel on the stage, nieSoW on the Reyna. Again, we saw a similar setup, and again seeing this aggression into B garage that we saw last time. Dark cover comes down, the wall goes up, it boxes G2 across.
Nice work from pAura, should allow him to get away. Not necessarily scot-free, but using his utility almost as a smoke. Gets him away, retains vision for his favor, and pyth's in all kinds of trouble. Yeah, the Sheriff, it can look good in his hand, but buying back in, these guys are relentlessly purchasing. nieSoW just tickling the toes. How has Mixwell got that? But he does. So now there's a bit of a flaw, a bit of a problem. There's a wild Mixwell walking around with 1 HP. Now, the theory is a lot more intimidating in theory than actuality.
Timing.
But the timing is everything. pAura's going to be a nasty surprise. He gets information, and that is key. That is critical! And so is that turnaround. G2 keep buying into this, and they keep losing.
And the thing is, he's removed the heal off the board as well. Sage dropping, Davidp going down there means that obviously Mixwell can't do anything about his HP levels. pAura creeping now at the top of ramps. G2 set up in a decent position, but two members blocked in on site. It's going to make this very difficult to hold on to.
Mixwell, even the UI thinks he's dead. I don't blame him. It's 1 HP. The man's barely living.
They wrote him off.
Yeah. And maybe I would too, but does pAura. Checks it. Nicely done by pAura. There you go, investing as well into this. They want to make sure this retake works out. paTiTek now has it all to do, and Heretics deny it again. 4 still standing as well.
Yeah, and that's big considering, again, the reinvestment from G2. I mean, they've come under fire a couple of times. I've seen comments floating about, you know, the buys on the first map on Ascent, you know, maybe an element of arrogance buying back into that, and it left them on the back foot in that final deciding round. But again, that's the sort of plays that G2 make. They never give up.
It is very much a stylized thing for them.
So weird.
It's mad, isn't it? And the timing on this was excellent for pAura. Very good read of the game. Timing, you know, there's no cues to peek there. It's just that feel of the game, knowing when that hit might come in. Very well positioned. G2 again, investing a little, not everything.
Yeah. But the important thing now, lost bonus comes in. Obviously, they got the spike down again, so just push onto B garage. Again, the same thing, just rehearsed time and time again, and this time chucking a bit of utility at it.
Ooh, paTiTek. Not given the angle, pAura too aware. Happy to take a fight as well. Quite bold to go into that. We saw what Marshall can do if you just put it in the right place at the right time, but these lighter guns aren't finding much footing here. And I like this approach. It's very unique, I feel, from Heretics. They've kind of left mid open, which normally this map is all about kind of taking a pick and then, you know, frustrating those rotations.
Well, it's the same thing on Ascent. They literally gave it up and they held these really passive, deep angles onto it. Obviously thinking of nieSoW, but hold that thought. Wall comes across here. nukkye dropped down. pyth actually finds AvovA.
Wait, is loL still in the site?
No.
loL's giving away nothing. Now he has to give it away, though. Davidp is going to fall for it, as is ardiis. Oh, it's falling apart at the seams. I thought this was the round they might turn it. And now Heretics still have player advantage. loL is still alive, and pyth is frustrated beyond belief. Spike is down. loL is your MVP again. This guy doesn't know when to die.
He doesn't. And the thing is that all of these plays into B garage, and even him just picking up 2 or 3 kills along the way every so often, he has that resurrection up every single time. And I mean, we saw it in map 1, how much they're able to make an impact with that ultimate.
Yeah, again, guys, noting, yeah, the UI not quite keeping up, but don't worry, it's being worked on. So back into the game, though, we do hopefully see a better purchase for G2 now. They need this buy to work out.
Yes, they need it to work out again, and I'm looking at the remaining credits on this. Again, buying back everything into this, a little bit of a scrappy buy in the previous. Let's see if G2 pulls something out now in round 5.
Okay, G2 back towards A. You do have the lurk towards middle from ardiis, but this is quite a straight hit. This is basically a contact piece. They go on contact. AvovA, loL, all here. That's dangerous. nukkye's going to try and help out, but already loL's dead and buried. nukkye can't do much now. It might be time to posture for that retake, and feeding in a little there. Mixwell taking a little bit more map control than they'd like. And this is good work from G2. Simple, clean, and it's effective.
Yeah, Mixwell finds another as well. nukkye kind of giving that one up. nieSoW now creeping, trying to clear Davidp on hell, but Davidp is good for the headshot. Last man up, pAura is found. Mixwell 3 on the round, and G2 put their first on the board. Prime gaming flawless from them, Lauren.
Mixwell, look at that focus. I love the fact we've seen so much emotion from the G2 side, and now it's just steel gaze. Is that just sheer focus? And it's time to be focused. You just had a rude awakening that this isn't going to be as easy as expected. And, or at least in their mind, they're one of the most confident teams out there, right? You don't come in thinking you're going to lose or have a hard game. You come in thinking you're the favorites and you're going to do the best you can to make it hurt. However, money. Let's look at where we're at. We've got the first op-out, I do believe, so that should be on pAura here. Interesting, and it's gone. That is a huge pick from Mixwell. That could ignite this round now. nieSoW knows it. paTiTek's there, instantly forces forward. As is Mixwell, they are flooding the site. They know they've got the entry, they know they've got the plant, and no one can stop them.
No, the problem being now, again, the resurrection is on the board, but it's so deep on ramps, it's going to be very risky and time-consuming for Heretics to go to this. They're actually pivoting this way. G2 look like they want to try and defend it. They're absolutely aware of the ultimate. The trade comes through, AvovA and paTiTek, good for one apiece. The revive invested here, and still more ultimates on the board for Heretics if they want to go for this.
I want to see if Mixwell gets bold and pushes CT. It looks like he's considering it, but that's beyond the point. paTiTek gets timed, and nukkye gets Mixwell. Suddenly the retake is on, and it's down to ardiis to try and do the damage. He gets the spray, but nieSoW gets the kill onto the site. Defuse time, and it's another round for Heretics, but that was much closer.
Really, really good stuff. And I love the fact that, I mean, we talked about lothar, I know, was kind of alluding to this point where G2 weren't reading that ultimate in that round on Ascend. Right there, you can see they went back to defend the corpse, so they couldn't get that revive. Again, kind of strengthening their position in the post-plant. But again, Showstopper gets invested right after a revive comes up and they see it goes unpunished.
5-1. These rounds are getting close, though. But the scoreline, as much as it may be close in the moment, the score is still 5-1. G2 have not landed as much as they'd like in this. They've been getting spike plants, they've been getting on the sites, but every now and then Heretics plays low with that nutty little kind of like sitting in deep, worked out there, and you just had nieSoW doing the same. You can see a very similar build-up, almost, you know, very telegraphed here, but pAura's taking the fight. A 1-for-1 trade up with the Lear's good. Revive comes in. G2 are not relenting at this moment. nieSoW with a wild spray, hoping to connect, but gets nothing for it. Where is the spike in all of this? It's being held up by AvovA. Davidp has just won the fight of this round for himself.
Again, AvovA going for a deep, deep TP behind G2. Now the spike's passed over to Mixwell, going to hop his ways through with the blast pack, and now Heretics find themselves in another retake scenario, 3v5 now.
Yeah, I'm just going to look towards what nieSoW can do. They know that they've got them pinned at least towards site. That's going to at least remove vision for a second. ardiis just postured forward. I like it. nukkye's good for one, but no more to be seen, no more to be heard. G2 finally land it. They stick the landing on that A take.
And again, all of this B garage control, they're investing 2 people to that. I think G2 are leaning heavily into kind of basing their attack off that. Every single time it's an aggressive swing through A main, up to ramps. They're getting this control for free. And ultimately, you know, when you get it for free is one thing, but Heretics giving away first blood, you can't be doing that if you're going to put that much emphasis on the other side of the map.
We saw this almost stubbornness from G2 on the first map. That rinse and repeat kind of play that kept coming through.
Again.
And again, there's no nuance to this, but it works. But look at the stack. 4 players are now here for the defending side.
Yeah,
it's a light buy, though.
Not a lot of equipment on the board,
No.
and you got to say, loWel only having 1 slow orb, there's not a lot of utility as well. nukkye, on the other hand, does have a lot of utility. Pat now holding this angle, but Mixwell again opening up the round. Davidp now on top of his wall. Oh my word! nieSoW ups up, but Mixwell and ardiis will respond with kills of their own.
Yeah, AvovA and loWel, the last 2 alive in this. AvovA's been somewhat quiet here, just trying to maybe hope the attention gets drawn elsewhere, but they are looking towards clearing quite methodically. I would make an assumption, a bold one, hopefully. That they clear this. Wait, they didn't clear it initially, but a good trade, loWel. Gets
Damage
a little
done.
interested, but yes, indeed, they've cost them 3 players, which is key.
Is indeed. Yeah. I mean, I was just about to say it would be interesting to see now if they do the same thing, and every member of G2 in the pre-round running over towards A again. Obviously, this is a little bit different. Equipment, weaponry, a factor in that previous round.
I casted a couple of other games. There's this great theory I've heard, right? Rush B, no stop. Right now, it's not B. So they've already changed things up. But do you know what? It is a bit different this round. They have got a bit more of a default, and it's probably to catch aggression that might be coming through as a response from the Heretics side, and it would be a measured response too. But for now, Davidp going to try and take early control this time towards those B halls, which is a very valid place considering we know that Heretics like to put presence there.
Yeah, interesting enough, nieSoW back in
Mixwell
all the
here?
way, yeah, down into vents, and loWel trying to hold on to the defensive spawn exit. Mixwell has got himself tucked deep, and I don't think Heretics have any idea of exactly where he is. He should find that first one. I can't believe we've not seen that go up on the kill.
He didn't
feed
push through yet.
What?
And wait. ardiis won that fight, and Mixwell just got pAura. What has happened to the information this round? I thought they knew that Mixwell was there. How is he allowed to get away with this? And now Heretics, you would be so frustrated, but desperately loWel is trying to keep this contained. But look at these positions. They're everywhere. They are just among them at the moment. Mixwell laying down further fire, keeping them at arm's length. The spike continues. This is a bad round for Heretics. They left too much available, and somehow still players slipped through the net.
Yeah, I mean, nieSoW must have heard it because he backed all the way into rope. So gifting control over to Mixwell in heaven, I'm talking about specifically. And I mean, it looked like nieSoW was going to find that kill, but somehow ardiis finds it. Although we'll find this one, but no idea Davidp is going to be there. Okay. That's like jump scare moment.
But let's talk map bias, right? Map side bias on this one as well. This is quite a decent attacking half for G2, I want to say. It has been stubborn, it has been one-dimensional to a degree, but they have 4 rounds on the attack. That is not bad by any margin.
No, G2 were very strong against augLus. Again, I'm pretty sure it was like a 10-2 half or something.
Yep.
And things crumbled for them on the defense, which again, we can talk history of Split time and time again about what this used to be early on in Valorant. Right now, again, you know, this aggression, if it goes unanswered on a map like Split, and again, it's the emphasis on mid that G2 love to do. And right now, they're pulling it out kind of once every 3 rounds. But it's giving them map control time and time again.
Okay, let's see what the look is this time from G2. Mixwell is getting away with murder, but will he do it again? It looks like nieSoW's on the case this time. So potentially playing quite a passive angle, and they do. paTiTek and pyth both check on it. That was their take towards the heaven side and the close player towards A. So they have full A control now. The 3 remaining players for Heretics, nowhere relevant to this. And look at Omen's post-plant position. paTiTek is already cutting off one of the approaches. ardiis is cutting off the other. They are in full control here.
They've just got all the time in the world to set up for this. No, I mean, the closest rotation is AvovA going through the defensive spawn. There was a dark cover down blocking there, but Mixwell also holding that angle. It looks like he's actually going to go on the hunt. And this is... I mean, it's another push onto A. And ardiis, time and time again, he's feeding all of this information repeatedly every single round. The Prime Gaming flawless from G2 here in round 10. Fantastic stuff.
That was some prime crouching there as well. Did you see that?
Yeah, just
like a tactical movement.
You know when your crouch button just gets stuck and you have to.
Yeah, you got to really
tap it out a little bit.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. But we are having a close game between these two, and I do think if you talk bigger picture of this map, having an attacking side like
this, there it is. Happens. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. Hopefully, you know, they can get sent a new keyboard, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But having a good attacking side like this for G2 should get their spirits up. And things do get outside of the traditional, oh, you know, well, defense is a little bit, you know, easier to play, or X, Y, and Z. This changes at this level of play. However, G2 rinse, repeat. They know what has worked, but surely it can't keep working. 3 players now posted here, and you can see the other 2 just waiting to rotate. And here we go. It's game time again. Once again, they breach in towards this. Nice little TP low with a surprise, though. pyth and paTiTek full foul. Quick trade back. ardiis and Mixwell find it, but keep your eyes on the remaining players. Where is Mixwell? He's going clutch. That's where he is. And now with the spike to hand, he has to get this last 1v1. pAura on the other side, unharmed thus far. Full HP, armor looking pretty, but Mixwell, bloodied by the battle, has to wait it out. pAura, no subtlety to movement. Just trying to play the time so perfectly. Using the cam for information, gets nothing for it. He's got to know he's still on the site. And pAura taking another step, gets the information he wanted. He didn't get the tag, but he knows where he is. Another pre-fire. pAura now on the beak, and he gets it. Mixwell denied, and pAura is sharp as attack today.
So good in those scenarios. pAura has come up clutch for Heretics time and time again. I mean, that's what you need. Again, a scrappy round, but the one criticism up until this point for Heretics was not being flexible, not responding to what the messages that G2 were sending. And right there, again, a flaky hold, but pAura comes up huge in the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, bailed out by one player. I'll highlight it when it works for G2. They'll have a couple of players pop off and get them the round. There was a couple there that certainly happened for Heretics, but hey, that's the name of the game. We take it how we take it. A round is a round. Now, let's look at what's coming out. Mixwell with the op on attack. I want to keep eyes on what he can do with this and where the intentions may lay with it. Again, why not give it a crack? You might have the bank in the right place to bring it out and feel like it can work on the attack. pAura. Ooh, that's a dangerous game. Now, keep in mind they've been conditioned to believe it's probably this A hit time and time again, so I don't blame them being a little lackadaisical towards mid, but look at ardiis gaining ground. A horrible surprise. paTiTek gonna get the first bit of contact, but it's ardiis to fall. And now information now fed through.
And that's actually Mixwell stuck deep up here on ramps. nieSoW finds that one. Will heal up. Obviously, only the light armor invested. Common tactic for Reyna. So far, Heretics drawing blood. 2-4 for G2.
Now G2, where do they get these picks back? They may hold for a second, see if they can punish any aggression. Nothing is being offered up. No one's there. Revive is available, so Davidp could get someone back up, chooses Mixwell. Okay, back to 4 now. Not too much movement. We still have Raze for Heretics dedicated towards B, but look where the push is heading. They don't know this yet. Davidp still heading through, but this is AvovA's den. This is his lair. This is where he resides. The timing is atrocious. Davidp gets a freebie, and up and over we go. Mixwell batters down nieSoW, and suddenly G2 are back in the helm of this, but there is a player on the site, and it's loWel. He was the savior before for Heretics, and he might need to do it again. He gets down one. He needs more, though. He's going to get more. Doubles down, gets the second, and suddenly Davidp was called upon to even the scale out, but it's pAura. The man is a machine, and he's looking for the fight again. A classic between these two. Mixwell up against pAura, and Mixwell's got the op at this point. This is mad.
This is tough.
He's just dedicated to an angle. Get me back in game. I don't care about looking at him. pAura now makes the steps towards the site, tries to cover a bit of it, but he's not being subtle. And Mixwell doesn't need to be. What a way to close it down.
A 6-6 game. Wow.
Switching sides.
I mean, that was an impressive response from G2 again. Obviously, after... I thought things were going to fall apart. Raze sticking over to B is an important factor. She had the showstopper online. That would have been a fantastic opportunity to punish that revive from Davidp, should they go to secure that. Again, it's last round. You've got to have that awareness of the ultimates on the enemy team.
Oh, we've got a 6-6 coming in. This couldn't be closer. But again, we have to look at what Heretics look like. We've seen the good Heretics, and we've also seen the quiet Heretics. And what I've seen so far is a gritty G2. A G2 unwilling to relent. However, I now turn my attention to how Heretics approach this. This is their time to set the pace. They're the ones who get to aggress. They're the ones on the attack. They get to define how this goes now.
And the thing is, I say back in the day. Can we use that term yet? Back in the day? Sure. Back in the day, Split was the map to kind of watch G2 do what they do best, which is taking ground, drawing first blood, converting it time and time again. And, thinking back to the early Battle Sage Davidp days. Again, ardiis on the Raze back when he did play on this. Let's see what happens here in the pistol round.
Cage triggered.
Where did he just get that pick from? Davidp just got caught with his pants down in towards middle. That's a horrible place to lose out on that opening pick. Heretics very quiet about this. No steps being made thus far. pAura holding patiently, waiting for a push, and he might just get it. But Mixwell, I feel he's going to check. Hey. He does. Mixwell going to get that nicely achieved. Falls away. They've now evened the score.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right there. Peel back. Wait for this push to come through. Important to note, obviously, G2 buying up light armors here. ardiis, as I say that, will lose his. Heretics opting for the ranged pistol. We know can be effective here. Mixwell got to be careful. He pulls out the nade, actually, as soon as he gets contact. That's interesting. Oh, my word. Mixwell finds 2, and it's his third on the round. Gets the nade back, throws it out, but doesn't have enough bullets left.
Okay, what do we have left on the board? loWel can get the heal up, so he can be back to a decent amount of HP. nieSoW, where are you? Okay, holding the push through the defensive side. This is still very viable. Oh, it is now. ardiis just drops in. Batman from above.
ardiis.
Nice work from ardiis, keeping control. And getting the first one of the second half on the board for G2.
I love that from Mixwell, though. Again, I thought it was going to be a bit awkward there as soon as he pulled the paint shells out to kind of block off that push. But again, he just wanted to buy himself time. This was a crucial point in this round. pAura almost kept, caught napping, to be honest with you, down at the bottom of ramps.
30 seconds left.
This was fantastic.
This is a close game between these two. And bear in mind, if you're just tuning in, this is for the place in the final. We don't know who's joining them yet. This would be the first team to make it through here over in the European portion, and 7-6. It is good to see a close game between these two, and I'm seeing a heavy lean towards B here.
Yes, indeed. I mean, a couple of pistols on the side of Heretics. The early nade goes out. Davidp slow orb through. Going to get this sound cue here from walking in to the slow orb as well. Heretics don't seem phased at all by G2 showing this early presence.
Combination between Davidp and paTiTek. Ooh, great damage!
Yeah.
Wow, Davidp's in trouble, but paTiTek bails him out, buys a bit of time.
I mean, the other side, actually, Mixwell, as soon as that contact comes through, he's looking back towards mid. ardiis holding on to ropes now. The rotation going to go all the way through. AvovA through sewers, pit with a huge spy cam above screens. Utility down on site, so he doesn't need to give anything away. You can see now G2 reading into this. They're kind of thinking something's up. It's all 5 members of Heretics coming through here. pit actually going to go through the first trap wide. Fantastic. He doesn't actually find pAura on the first, but does on the second. Dark cover goes down. Spike probably going to go in here, but G2 already getting this information early. They're here. They're ready for the spike to go down.
Nice positioning from loWel as well. They're going to keep safe at least for a second. They will get a spike plant. Now, whether or not they can hold this retake is beyond maybe their capability with the weapons, but maybe nieSoW can prove me wrong, and so can nukkye. Surely this isn't how you lose this round, G2. You had the weaponry, but look at paTiTek. Look at ardiis.
Oh
they ain't got much to play with. And suddenly...
Look, he's got the Spectre.
Yeah, look at this from above.
Oh, my word.
From above. Heretics just turn it around again.
Fantastic stuff from there. Again, nukkye playing his life as long as that, and then getting the weapon that late in the round when a couple of these players are tagged up. They've taken that chip damage from the pistols. Fantastic stuff from Heretics. I thought G2 had a fantastic read on that. Again, the rotation comes through. They have the presence over in A heaven before the spike even goes down. All of Heretics, I mean, all but one, which is nukkye, kind of boxed into sight as well.
I am getting a little nervous for G2 here. This is the pressure. We talked about what could happen when they're under pressure. Do they rise to the occasion or do they crumble? We're going to find out now. Heretics have shown, yeah, we are here this half. This isn't going to be what you just saw. This is going to be a much better performance. G2, we know they're not subtle with their money. They will buy into things. And we do see sheriffs, we do see SMGs coming out, so it is a purchase back.
Yeah, what have Heretics got left in the tank? Map 3, 7-7. Pit again with that spy camera on screens. Again, it's just so much early information for him. Davidp kind of playing this float in heaven. But a heavy stack towards B, you got to say, for G2 here. ardiis this time playing backside behind wood. paTiTek again playing close contact. And Mixwell watching that mid push. Spike now leaning over towards B garage. The other members of Heretics rotating, coming through sewers, so if they don't find anything on the way in here, might get actually pAura might have the timing on this with nieSoW, who swings out, finds Mixwell. paTiTek now got to hold the fort for his teammate ardiis on site.
Yeah, they're getting worried. You can see the pings coming out. They know there's something up, but
that's
ardiis
perfect.
is well equipped.
That is perfect.
He has good utility, and he has damn good aim to boot as well. Buying the time, 25 seconds. They do not have the time to mess around with this. pAura got the trade, but paTiTek is there. Look at these off angles they're playing on. They are not getting through. This is a shutdown so far, but maybe there's still something to be said. ardiis is saying no. He is saying a very loud no. He is holding on to this single-handedly, but he still has to win this fight. pAura's low, but ardiis is just better.
ardiis going absolutely huge. The 4-piece from backside. paTiTek putting in absolute work. I mean, basically enabling ardiis for that after he finds the first kill with that fault line. Again, you walk into B lane like that, the fault line, the perfect piece of utility to slow that down.
You could not ask for a better player to be in a better place. That was exactly what ardiis wanted. And I do want to highlight the support that came in from the other players. It wasn't just the ardiis show. You saw those angles being provided. You saw the damage being done, the utility.
Pat with the dark cover as well.
Exactly. Everything being thrown down to support and supplement him. That is what you want in a teammate. And we do have an 8-7 scoreline now, but the money is in such a weird spot.
Is indeed in a bit of a weird spot. I mean, they're going blow for blow, Lauren.
Okay, just to give you guys a heads up, it is a tactical pause for G2 here. This is something we do not get out of these guys often. This is something we're talking about, you know, we have a joke about it backstage and, you know, they just don't call them. It's not something we know them for. This is different. This tournament means a lot more than all the others. This is the way to keep yourself in that front-running position that a lot of people put with G2.
You have no idea how much I want to see the player cams during the tactical pauses, just to gauge the mood, just to gauge the emotions.
I'm sure we'll find out pretty soon. Let's see how this round goes down. 8-7, of course, being the scoreline. Map 3 here in the semi-finals. If you're just tuning in, you've missed a belter of a game, but I assure you there's more to come. ardiis, very mobile in positioning, this time dedicated towards A, but it looks like a very all-in piece coming from the attacking squad. And it seems like he's felt that out as well, buying so much time here.
Yeah, nothing actually comes through there. pit eventually finds nukkye. I'm not sure if ardiis didn't have line of sight on what was coming through here, but G2 already pushing up to try and retake control of ramps here. nieSoW got to be careful, caught just on the edge of the slow warp. Mixwell foaming at the mouth on top of the box. pAura finds pit in heaven. Actually looking like Heretics might be able to get in, but a spike caught out in the open. loWel will fall. Dark cover comes down. ardiis looking to reaggress with the fault line. Mixwell got a swing from main.
His flank could be everything. nieSoW's on it though, and nieSoW wins it. Uh-oh, trouble afoot for G2 here. How do they get back in? ardiis just delivered them a bit of a mercy from up top.
Oh, no.
But now Davidp trying to step by step get closer. nieSoW wants this, he doesn't get it. Davidp takes him down. A quick little switch up as surely you don't see this being clutched out. I'm looking at that Omen. AvovA's got a dirty little off angle to watch. If they all come through heaven, there could be trouble. pAura's going to be on the side. He has to win his fight, though. He cannot leave this to just his teammate for now. He's buying time. He's doing so well, but the wall goes up. Is it broken? Yes. AvovA now on the timing. Diffuse halfway through. He gets one, but it's not good enough. Nice retake from Davidp.
Yes, but Davidp fired his judge there. nieSoW still opted to play close contact on that wall. Really interesting decision there. I mean, again, hindsight 2020, fine. This is the situation I'm talking about here. I'm pretty sure Davidp lets off the first judge. You can see the bullet holes in the wall there. nieSoW, I got a feeling, coming back to hell there. Maybe he's got some more support from pAura on site. And, I mean, AvovA drifting a little bit into screens, leaving himself, I mean, falling victim to the utility from Davidp.
Okay. 9-7 now. G2 starting to wind things up here. Double digits beginning to loom. If they get one more, they'll be looking pretty solid in this one. Heretics need to make a response pretty soon. We have seen great moments, but they've been matched, if not bested, by G2. But the money's still not perfect. It's still in a precarious spot. And Heretics, you can see, working a little lighter. pAura here is just on the ghost, so going to have to be a little bit careful with how they approach, at least firepower-wise, and a lot quieter approach this time. Not as loud, not as bold or abrasive, but they know what's coming their way, but the two rotations from B have not been pulled. Wait, pit's gone down. Suddenly Heaven's looking vulnerable. Davidp feels very isolated on site, and there's too many angles to worry about. Yeah, wall it up. Give yourself one angle to play with, but let's look at the attack inside. Where's that Cypher heading off to? pAura's opening up a chance. It's going to be ardiis on the other side to meet them. Let's see what ardiis has, though. This angle is filthy, but pAura gives him the backhand, bounces through. paTiTek next on the chopping block, gives it away early. They look manic in this round, G2. They want back in, but for now, it's Heretics taking the site.
Well, that's it. Davidp finding it with a random pat, finds one. Mixwell with a third. Look at this. G2 looking to get so aggressive early. As soon as the spike goes down, now finds himself in a 3v2 retake.
Oh, AvovA though isolates the one. Takes the second. He's done so well. But now low. He's played this perfectly, but paTiTek up above. He's being an absolute nuisance, a true pest. But Heretics digging their heels into this matchup.
G2. That was the hottest attempt to stop the spike going down from paTiTek. nukkye comes through. He's like, yeah, ping me, fine. I'm still going to swing on you. Doesn't find anything, but Davidp, Mixwell, and paTiTek finding kills in quick succession. Looked like G2 were just going to brute force their way into it. I mean, look at this. The dark cover goes down. Mixwell swinging out. I love the tenacity from them.
Yeah, this is them fighting with everything they have. This is, you know, everyone say, oh, maybe G2 are holding back strats for the finals. No, this is G2 going through everything. 9-8, desperate for that place in the final. Who knows who they'd face, but this is an incredible semi-final. And now the money once again in a bad spot for G2 here. We have lighter weapons, but some to supplement. Mixwell, a decent purchase, but Heretics far better established.
Yeah, I mean, decent weapon for Mixwell. He's got his nade. Utility elsewhere, not looking the best. AvovA actually going to TP to backside. Davidp somehow gets away with his life there, but he's going to wall off the rest of Heretics into B garage. And That kind of isolates AvovA now. The response wall comes through. Heretics looking to flood onto the site. Swings out.
Good
2-for-1 trades. nukkye finds 2. paTiTek responds.
Where's the spike? Look at the spike.
Oh my god, it's going to A.
They've absolutely done them. They have absolutely nutmegged them on this. Look at this. pAura can take so much space. Yeah, okay, you know where I am now, but hey, spike's on the site. They have thrown them through a loop, and retaking with these weapons is going to be brutal for G2.
Sheriff, Judge, Spectre. The worst thing is, Heretics have got so much time to set up for this post plant, and a couple of other drifting players. I'm looking over to ramp now. nukkye finds his third. ardiis will fall. nieSoW and pAura on site now. Gonna have a really good read if pyth and Pat opt to go for this, but they're going to drift back over into the defensive spawn. Going to try and save these weapons, I guess.
Maybe they could grab a couple. I think Mixwell had a rifle, if I'm not mistaken.
Vandal, correct.
Yeah, so maybe they can recover those. But at this point, Heretics showing great ability to make mid-round calls in such a hard position. And yeah, we called it. It looks like they've gone back to recover those rifles.
Can tie game 9-9, Lauren. We've been absolutely blessed to get. It's our second, third map, and they're both going the distance. Dare I say the word that rhymes with schmoverschmeim?
Don't tease me with these ideas, all right? I'm already happy enough.
Can't jinx it and say it.
True, true. 9-9 though, it is tied up in this matchup. I said I wanted to see more from Heretics, and well, I guess they've gone, all right, fair enough. Into this one though, I want to see what the buy's looking like for G2, because they tried to keep those rifles in, which they did manage, but to support, if not complement that, they're not going to get much. So maybe a quirkier piece to come out here would be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting G2 to maybe put pyth and Pat. I love saying that, by the way. I'm going to keep doing that. Put both of them in kind of an anchor position and kind of just enable, you know, David, Mixwell, and ardiis to at least play the trade on it or bait somebody into a spot where they can convert these pistols. Heretics got to show some discipline here. Don't give anything away on this round in particular.
Let's see that composure maintained. G2 are masters of mayhem. They will get under your skin. But for now, they will be working with far less. pyth does have the rifle. paTiTek also. Davidp showing off, hey, look, I've got a sheriff. Don't worry, come over here.
That's the bait I was talking about. Fire the sheriff, hope someone will push in. There is, I mean, there's armors across the board. 4 light armors, pyth on full armor. So, it's, I mean, this is doable. Again, if they can play around it, Mixwell hovering inside. He's got the shorty. Heretics. Again, you can see loWel just absolutely fixated on that.
So aware of the possibility, and look at the 2 at the bottom of mid. If Mixwell gets too ambitious, the barrel's going to show. Okay, mid's now looking a little bit vulnerable, and they know it's just a shorty, so they may fall foul to the rifles. We've seen pyth find 1. Information now being plentiful. pyth is going to take charge. 2 massive kills, but they've turned attention with that spike heading right towards B. The 3 remainders for Heretics will get the spike down, but we've got to see this post plant.
Actually, I mean, 2 players still very, very far away from this. Davidp coming through, and actually, Revive gets invested. Pat back on his feet now. 4v3 retake for G2, but the post plant looks solid from Heretics here.
Okay. They're going to commit. paTiTek goes in, offers himself up for information. He sees it, but what else is there to be done? They are getting nothing given. Yeah, paTiTek is late. He does get the rifle back beside him. They've got to go on. This pyth is now dead. Time is starting to run out. There is a time incentive, and nothing's working. nieSoW is holding the line. He will not let G2 pass. He adjusts towards defense side. He's going to wrap heaven. He's going to do him dirty. Keep your eyes on this man. If it's not his teammates doing it early. paTiTek, run for your life. I don't know if you're going to make it out here. They are hunting him down, but he does just about make it away. But it's double digits for Heretics. Does he get him?
Oh, he must have heard him there.
You saw it. You saw him getting close.
He was walking, creeping, didn't want to give away the audio cue to Pat. But again, nice round from Heretics. I mean, giving away the first 2, Davidp invests the revive. I thought there was a chance there, but the retake from G2, I don't want to say it came in too slow, but I mean, first contact on the retake came with, what, 20 seconds left on the clock about?
Yeah, they weren't given anything. I mean, now with double digits facing off against G2, they do have the purchase back here. And for the sake of their money, they need a clean round this time. Otherwise, I feel it's going to be those shaky buys going forward. Oh, mid-aggression, hold on. Mixwell's going for a walk down mid. AvovA seems to be aware of the possibility. He has support from 2 other players. There's 3 of them looking towards mid, 3 about to play into it. This could be a downright straight massacre. Nukkye's found Davidp, but they don't know about Mixwell. He's the unknown quantity. The flash comes in. That is so well positioned. Mixwell, he's double downing. He's going back in! Mixwell is making it hurt. There's the paint to follow. He doesn't get a tag off it, but he takes territory away from them. Instantly, ardiis is over towards A. He knows what this is happening, but pit is on the site, and he just needs to wait patiently for his moment to strike. Timing is everything. He takes down pAura. He turns for the second. He gets nieSoW, and AvovA is dead in the water. G2 kept it clean and made it look good.
That was absolutely fantastic. Again, Davidp giving the kill away. It's almost like, yeah, take this one, take this one. ardiis straight away responds with that flash. Mixwell swings, finds all he wants and more in mid.
Okay, they've kept themselves. The win condition there in my mind for this kind of build back from G2 was keeping a clean round. And to get so bold to face this in middle was nuts. Very well played, very well considered. Heretics had not seen that look from them just yet.
I mean, the second flash as well into Suez is perfect. Mixwell was actually very unfortunate not to catch the third there, but right back into it, 10-10. Heavy lean over towards A from Heretics here. Everything on the line in terms of economy.
Right there.
It's 3 strong from G2 on defense too.
Yeah, they've got the read right. Davidp knows that there's players there. They don't have anyone in heaven though.
Nobody crossing. Heretics peeling away from this. Maybe here, and obviously the fault line comes through early in the round. As soon as the Sage utility is invested on A main there, that gives Heretics information. They know obviously ardiis and Davidp are outside, but
I'm pretty sure pit just got the information. No one was still by A, so you can see the rotation.
Yes.
They're going to have the player there early. Davidp is in the right place at the right time. Here we go. It's game on. G2, get ready. Here comes the flood. And G2 hold it. Heretics thought they had the advantage.
Oh my God.
And it's just destroyed. Incredible read from G2. Perfect placement. And nieSoW and pAura are baffled. They've got A control, but how does nieSoW get there?
I mean, he needs to be moving because pAura's all the way in screens here. If they want any chance at recovering this, ardiis tucked all the way into the defensive spawn now. Again.
Wait. Pit's found nieSoW. Okay, well, that's the spike down in
That's
middle.
the spike down the middle. So now G2 do regain control around. There was a moment there. Again, nieSoW, if he didn't drift all the way through mid, there was a chance that pAura and nieSoW able to regroup, maybe get the spike down. But again, it's in a 2v5 situation.
Yeah. We're looking at the thinnest of margins, but if maybe he had opted to go the long way around, I don't know if he had time to do it. It could have maybe had some potential to it. But 11-10, this is now coming down to the wire. I want to keep eyes on the money because economy is going to hinder this. This is going to start getting dicey. I want to highlight whoever called that rotation, be it pit, seeing that the cam was free, no one was there. That was your MVP moment.
Well, we were talking about how active G2 were on bind on defense with those rotations. That's the sort of thing. It's the flip side of that situation. Absolutely pays off for them there. Looking over it, I mean, ultimates-wise, Heretics, again, nothing in the bank except for the Empress. On the side of G2, they do have the Rolling Thunder, which we know how crucial that ultimate can be in some scenarios. Talking post-plant, denying the spike going down and whatnot.
Okay. Back in we go. Another go of things. nukkye not being quiet here. At least for now, showing a great deal of presence. Maybe trying to pull that rotation. It looks like they're trying to catch a rotation in middle. Heretics looking to see if anyone's going to go walking through. For now, it's Mixwell waiting towards that mailroom side. He's going to tuck himself in. See if anyone dares walk through that smoke. No one is, but it is going to be down towards ropes. Davidp's already under this. That's enough. That is enough of a pixel. But AvovA found him. Davidp's dead. The trade, pit can't capitalize well enough, but Mixwell can. He finds pAura, and suddenly G2 holds strong enough for now. Where is the spike? Look at this misread. Look at this fake. Oh, they've just worked it out. They just worked it out then. They've just come back through down towards B. paTiTek is here, and Mixwell is not far away either.
Right, so it's a 2v2 over on B side. A lot of pressure now lies on loWel. Mixwell actually finds that one. nukkye strolling his way into the defensive spawn. Now loWel has to react. He has to come and bail his teammate out. nieSoW pops the Empress, finds the headshot onto nieSoW. Mixwell still lurking in the defensive spawn side. loWel actually might get caught out from ardiis. He's so aware of this flank. 20 seconds left on the clock now.
There are 2 1v1s happening right now. So keep your mind on which one it is. Mixwell up against nieSoW, ardiis up against loWel. Whoever wins each fight obviously is a huge game changer. And here we go. Timing! Oh! The timing is atrocious between both of them. Where is Mixwell in this? Get me Mixwell's POV here. Spike is down, but they don't know where he is. But they've got 2 players up in middle. Mixwell is going to have to go above and beyond. Otherwise, this is going back to 11-11 now. I don't think he can isolate a player. They've peeled away. They played safe on this. He gets one, and he gets it quite clean. 49 HP. He needs more. Oh, he doesn't get more that time. pAura back on his feet, back from the dead. 11-11 now.
Oh my word. One thing I want to highlight there, we were talking about was going to come down to a 2v2 on B site, and loWel being stuck in that position, again lurking, nukkye drifting all the way into the defensive spawn. That's the moment that turned this, AvovA finding that kill onto Davidp. But I just want to say, Mixwell, down to about 40 HP, he doesn't bite. 3 times nieSoW tries to bait him out with that spike plant, or to kind of bait out that rotation from ardiis. So much discipline shown on both sides in that round.
Yeah, both of these teams are incredibly turning up here. This is, you know, a higher caliber. pyth with the off. Hold on, where is he taking that?
What?
That is not something I expected to be seeing.
Threading the needle over there. From
okay, I guess that does alleviate pressure, allows ardiis to rotate quicker if needed, maybe feeling mid and B is getting too much attention now.
I mean, as well, the spy cam as well has gone up over, you can see it on the mini-map. That's covering down over towards Rambatzi. In response, pAura just tucked inside his spy cam all the way back in the spawn. But nukkye wandering again. He's got to be careful. He's actually going to find one pat. Good for the trade.
I'm amazed he got Mixwell.
Yeah, I'm amazed he even got one from there. Davidp now on the steps. The paranoia comes through. It doesn't actually blind him, but nieSoW will fall.
Okay, I'm keeping my eyes on that spike. That, to me, is still critical in this and pretty key to where they try and close this down to. This will be match point starting to build. Keep in mind, 12 is the goal. loWel, AvovA, and pAura still trying to find an opportunity, but nothing being offered up for free this time.
G2 holding strong again. Both sides playing quite deep. Pat all the way back in the spawn. Davidp holding onto that stairs position. Dark cover comes down over the lane, but nobody's going to stop this push out again unless Davidp opts to swing on this, and 3 strong of Heretics are going to go inside. They're going to opt to play retake here. Look at them.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea at this point. They can play it out in this fashion. Maybe safer to get ardiis over. Wall is up, and now the post plant begins. We do have the adjustment coming out from AvovA. Gets himself up. We're going to see the ultimates being popped. Everything going to be thrown into this retake. AvovA, though, dirty little off angle. Wait, they still trade it. ardiis does get AvovA. We're down to loWel and pAura here. And they're standing. Oh, they've already gone and done it. 12 rounds on the board for Heretics in a scenario that was never meant to go their way.
Point.
The Rolling Thunder comes through. They follow up with it on the flash as well. Look at the smile on the face of pAura. They've stolen that one away from G2. The best possible ultimate with all players boxed into sight there. And unfortunately, G2 couldn't close the gap to convert off it. The lineup there, they line up for loWel. That was massive. Look at what it means to him.
This means
they're
the world.
so close.
They are 1 round away from getting to the grand finals here. I cannot believe this. I thought that first map was great, but look at the money as well.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is everything. How bad do you want this, G2? This is your moment to answer back, because Heretics have just broken your back in this game.
Economy's busted. Nothing in the tank for ultimates as well for G2. Again, AvovA, he's got his online. pAura's got the neural theft. We'll have to take a look if loWel or nukkye possibly have something left in. I've only seen 1 Empress out of nieSoW so far. He could be not far off as well, but it all comes down to this now.
1 minute and 39 seconds. Is it OT or is it Heretics to the finals? Bold play towards those B halls from Davidp to start with. But the intentions coming out from Heretics look patient. That spike is at the back by A. They're not showing too much. And there's a roaming pack of 3 players for G2 now poised around top mid.
And this is what we saw Heretics do very well on Ascent. Just sit back, wait for G2 to give something away, whether it be utility, whether it be a push out, somebody looking for a kill, and they're set up to punish that. Playing this one slow, already down, 60 seconds left coming up. The spike over towards A main, now making its way into Su as pAura still, it's been a nuisance, gathering that information for Heretics. It looks like they might try and walk through mid again. nukkye, a couple of times now he's able to wander out onto B site. This time ardiis playing from the rafters. He's going to swing. the tag comes through. ardiis actually going out worse off on that one. It looks like it might actually be... Okay, Pit finds pAura. That's the lurk over.
It's pulled rotations.
It has indeed, yeah. pat's looking
on.
like he's going that way, but oh my god. They're going to explode.
ardiis, the timing. They're going to go right now. The Lear's out. They fly in. nukkye is there. Finds ardiis, but there's more. paTiTek still holds the line. How ready are you for this? You're not. The spike's going to go down. Davidp. He's the enemy. How is he in here? How have they not spotted him? He's still got low. And now he waits for just that.
God.
nukkye takes him down. Mixwell and Pit, the last two standing bastions of hope for G2, trying to play it back in. Heretics have 3 alive.
The post-plant positions are so good as well. Look at it. One tuck behind default, one backside. nukkye holding on to lane now. G2 have to go fast. Not a lot of utility. nukkye finds his 4th on the round now. Pit down in heaven. The ace from nukkye closes this out. G2 eliminated here by Heretics.
Heretics are the king killers, the Titan slayers. They make it through to the grand finals. Liquid was the first to fall to them. And if you told me G2 would be next on that chopping block, I'd have said you were a liar, but they have proven how much that meant to them. That grand final is theirs, and they need an opponent now who is willing to stand up to them. G2 at a loss.